What's happening, my most excellent viewers? Okay, this is part 2 of a Bill and Ted double feature review. This is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. This movie is about Bill and Ted. They passed their history report, and then they got to make a most excellent battle of the band. But then there's a little hitch in this thing. You got this evil dude from the way future now wants to stop Bill and Ted from creating a utopia, and he wants to stop them from creating a utopia by going back in time, sending two evil robot Bill and Teds to kill them and stop their battle of the band destiny and make like an alternate future. But there's only one person in the world. There's only one person that tries to put a stop to this. Rufus. He gets onto the time machine that our evil robot Bill and Ted are being sent back in time to stop all this from happening. And they do some pretty heinous things. So they're like, whenever they get back in time to Bill and Ted's time, they're like, they get this call from the evil dude Chuck the Dominoes. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name. But anyway, they get a call from him, and he's like, "Where's Rufus?" And they're like, they look on top of the time machine. "Well, it's him." And he's like, "Good. He must not interfere." And so what the evil robots do is they go find Bill and Ted at their apartments just after they propose to their girlfriends to get married. And what they're like, "Dudes, come on!" And it's like, "Ted, it's ourselves again, man." And they both go to the door, and he's like, "Come on, dudes, we're gonna go on a little road trip." And they're all talking. They're like, "Come on, man, remember all that good times?" They're like, "Shut up back there." And he's like, "Ted," Ted says to Bill, "Dude, I got a really bad feeling, man." And then what they do is they take him to this rock formation in the middle of the desert. He's like, "Any last words?" And he's like, "Dudes, we love you." And he's like, "Yeah, we love you." And they both look at him like, "Thanks." Which back in the 80s it was okay to say. I mean, yeah. So anyway, they both get killed, and they're like, "Catch you later, Bill and Ted." And so while they're doing all this, Bill and Ted are having to. They meet the Grim Reaper, and the Grim Reaper's like, "You must play me or live in hell, live here in the afterworld forever." And they're like, "Okay, one second." They're like, "Dude, this is what we can do." And then they say 1, 2, 3. They Melvin the Grim Reaper, which is pretty much giving them a wedgie. And the Grim Reaper's like, "Oh." And so what they decided to do is they got to get somebody to get over to the Battle of the Bands to stop the evil robots. But they can't do it because they're dead. So their ghosts are walking around. They decide to possess their dads, which are cops. Both of them are cops. And he's like, "Dude, I gotcha." And then the cops aren't believing him. Neither one of them. They're like, "Okay, man, this ain't working." And then after this? They go over to Missy's house, which is Bill and Ted's stepmom, or Bill's stepmom. So then I think anyway, that's the point. But anyway, they go to their house, and they're doing like this seance thing, conjuring up all these dead people, and conjuring up all these people. And he's like, "I will contact these people." And then their spirits get caught up in the seance, and the spirits are like, "Ted and his most excellent friend Bill have been killed by two evil robots that came from the future, and then they need somebody to help them." And he's like, "Dude, I can totally see it on your mom's shirt." And then they're like, "Oh," everybody's like freaking out that's down here at the seance. And they decide to get this book. And then that sends Bill and Ted straight down to hell. Because everybody's freaking out because they think it's ghosts. That it's ghosts. and then they land in hell. They see the devil up here. He's like, devil, come on, hey, Beelzebub, hey, two little dudes. The devil pulls this lever, and it sends their rock into this maze of hallways to their own personal hells. First they go to, first the pair goes to this military looking room, and it's actually Colonel Oates. And he's like, Ted, it's Colonel Oates. No way! Gentlemen, welcome to hell. And they both go back and forth, and they're like, you both are gonna give me eternity push-ups. And then they're both doing push-ups, and he's like, Ted, I don't think I can do infinity push-ups, man. He's like, okay, dude, I do 1, 2, 3, run! And then they ran, got out the door. And this colonel was like, get back here! And so what they decided to do is they said, okay, man, we need to split up. And he's like, okay, you go that way, I'll go this way. He's like, they're both picking doors. Ted picks a pink-looking door. Bill picks a blue-looking door. Ted goes into this door that is all pink, and he sees the Easter basket. He goes walking up these stairs, and he's like, Theodore? And here comes this, like, evil Nazi-looking Easter bunny type thing. And he said, you made your little brother cry. And here's the other creepy scene of the whole movie. Is, what was it? Bill goes into this blue room, and it's like his whole family thing, and it's his granny's birthday, and all she wants is a kiss, and he's like, he's like, I'll try to fight back. And she, then he's like, he runs. Ted's like, no way, this was 10 years ago. He runs, and he's like, dude. And whenever they both get out, get back into the hallway, he says, dude, I think we're in our own personal hells. And then the devil's like, choose your eternity. And then Ted's like, choose your own. And then Bill says, you ugly red, source of all evil. They both go flying back down the hallways. And then all three doors open. It's Granny, Easter Bunny, and Colonel Oates all coming. And they're both all looking, being surrounded. He's like, Ted, there's only one thing to do. He's like, you're right, man. We gotta play the Reaper. And so what they just, then the Grim Reaper just comes up out of nowhere. Choose your game. But if you lose, you remain here in hell forever. And so they're playing them, beating them, all this other, played a little football game, played Clue, played a few other things. Final game is Twister. And whenever they beat the Grim Reaper at Twister, he was like, okay, can we go back now? Grim Reaper's like, okay, I'll take you back. And he's like, ding! And then they both go up this little hallway, and he's like, Ted, don't fear the Reaper, dude. Bang! They both do air guitars, and Grim Reaper's like, I heard that. And so the Grim Reaper takes them to heaven, and at the pearly gates, they both all three of them mug these people for their clothes. And he's like, oh, what the archangel asks him, what's the meaning of life? And then all three of them quote some rock lyrics. Every rose has a thorn, just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. They nudge the Grim Reaper. Every rose has a thorn. And then the archangel looks at him. Don't I know you? No. They all throw it. He's like, okay. They talk to God, and they explain their situation to God. God sends them to this next room, and where they meet these all the geniuses and all this other stuff. Albert Einstein, a few other people, and these two little awesome looking alien dudes named Station. And Station helps them get after they play charades or a little bit. Station helps them when they go back to Earth to create these awesome looking robot, evil, excellent looking robot dudes. And first they hit a hardware store, and this is one of the most funniest scenes in the entire movie. This dude's smoking. Uh, he's looking around. Death looks at him. See you real soon. He's like, and you can see the look on Death's face, played by William Statler. And you can see the look on Death's face. He's like just walking. He's like just looking on his face. So anyway, they're in the parking lot. Station morphs into this one big station, one big alien station, so it can work a little bit faster. And he says, "Station, you morphed. That's cool." And you totally got an excellent alien, but he's like, "Station, bourbon." So anyway, the movie's going on. They're hightailing it to the Battle of the Bands so they could stop the two evil Bill and Ted, who have the good Bill and Ted's girlfriends or fiancés up on this up on this banister. They're gonna kill them, and yeah, they're gonna kill them. So they're like, "Okay, we have a plan." And they said, "Okay, after we kill them, we're gonna kill you again." And said, "Not this time." And what they do is they get to pull out the joysticks that control the two good robots, and the two good robots go toward the two evil robots, and the two good robots look like something. It looked like something that came from a hardware store. I mean, take a look at. Go watch the movie. Go watch the movie. Go check it out. And go to the scene whenever the two robots are fighting or about to show down. But go check it out. You'll see what I mean. So anyway, they go toward and they're like, "Catch you later, Bill and Ted. Catch you later, Bill and Ted." And both the robots, it's kind of like a rock'em sock'em robot type thing. They hit the good Bill and Ted robots hit the bad Bill and Ted robots, and then their heads just go flying off, and then you see their heads just flying. Funny, it's pretty good. And then what they decide to do, and while they're fighting, you got everybody in the Battle of the Bands over here watching the whole thing. And while that's going on, Bill and Ted hop in the time machine, and they come back out, and he's like, "Hello, this is little Bill, and this is little Ted." And then they're like these famous rockers, and he's like, "Okay, I want to introduce our band members. This is the Duke of Spook, the Doc of Shock, the Man with No Tan. Please say hello to Death himself, the Grim Reaper." And then the Grim Reaper comes up, does a little rhyme, one of my other favorite scenes in the whole movie. You might be a king or a little street sweeper, but sooner or later you dance with the Reaper. Get down with your bad self. I love show business. And then they decide they're playing. They win Battle of the Bands. And yeah, they win Battle of the Bands. And then after everything's all said and done, they find out that the woman that was judging the whole thing was actually Rufus in disguise. And then Rufus was like, "Hey, did you ever think you were going to get it any other way?" They're like, "No." So, yeah. And then after that, the movie just ends with them rocking out, making some excellent music, establishing a utopia for the future. So it's pretty much fulfilling their destiny of being some excellent rockers and taking their show to Mars. So, yeah, anyway, that was Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. I mean, yeah, if I'm in a movie where I went to hell, that'd be kind of bogus too. So anyway, guys, you're all caught up with Bill and Ted, Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey. I'm gonna the Excellent Adventures on my page right now. The Bogus Journey is on the page right now if you're watching this. So anyway, whenever Bill and Ted Face the Music come out, I'm definitely gonna review that. That's pretty much why I did a two-parter thing. I didn't do a whole compilation thing. But anyway, guys, I digress. I'm going on. So anyway, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. And I will definitely see y'all in the next review. Have a good one.